Welcome to the Fight Game. He's Icewater, I'm Puma, and we're going to start off by talking the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. It's on. Mayweather couldn't get out the contract. He had a deadline to either honor the contract or the fight would be forfeited, which would give him a 1 on his record, and also he had to return some money. So even though this fight is on, man, I kind of feel like something's going to happen before this fight where Mayweather won't be able to fight, maybe an injury or something. I don't think he really wants to fight. I think he was in some serious financial issues. People say he was broke. I saw an interview with the real Rick Ross, who said that he knew that Mayweather was having some money issues about 5 years ago, when he said that usually the casinos in Las Vegas will, give you like 26,000 just to walk through 15 minutes in their hotel, meet and greet folks and things of that sort. And he said he was supposed to do that with Mayweather years ago, and his share was going to be like $3,000 to $5,000. And Mayweather was like, nah, not interested. Recently, Mayweather has been doing those meet and greets in the hotels. As a matter of fact, I saw an advertisement he was doing it now, and he said, his broke is not our broke. But when he started doing that, it showed him that maybe he had a change of heart and maybe he does need the money. Of course, Mayweather's getting sued by a lot of people for not paying what he owes. But yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on this particular fight.
It's a lot to unpack. I'll try to be brief. From the standpoint of not wanting to fight, like I told you before, I thought Mayweather was retired. He was doing the entertainment thing, and maybe he just got hyped and started talking stuff because everybody's talking about the rematch with Manny Pacquiao. I'm not sure if it was financially more. It's going to be more profitable if it was a real fight. But I know that the way that there was some supposedly, allegedly, some monies sent to him previously, right? They kind of fronted him some monies, and from what we've been understanding, allegedly, that he was able to take those monies and use them to get other monies as loans.
Yes.
So he was able to move forward to whatever his responsibilities were, he could take care of them or whatever. But when it came back and he said, well, maybe he thought or he said he's going to I can get the same amount of money because I'm going to make money, except we just make it as an exhibition, which I don't think the money would change one way or the other. But apparently, Manny Pacquiao is one of the cheerleaders that he wants to make this a real fight. And maybe that's what the other people too. If it's Netflix, they gave him up front money or whomever, they want a real fight too. And I think Mayweather said, no, I'm not doing that. We're gonna make it an exhibition. I think he has come to the point, or from a legal standpoint, that they say, hey, you're gonna have to go through with this. Now, I don't think he's afraid of Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he's worried about the zero coming off. Some people may say that. I think what you're going to have now, if there is something crazy where he gets an injury, maybe it is karma. Maybe it happens to him that way. But what I'm saying to you is if at this age, and I've seen Manny Pacquiao as well, if Floyd Mayweather now is going to get in shape to fight Manny Pacquiao again because of his discipline, because of who he is before, who he is now, and even with his skill set. We're not talking about somebody else like a Boots Ennis. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao, an older guy too. I think Floyd's going to be in the best shape of his life to take this on seriously. And no matter what they say, I still think Floyd is going to take him down because I just think he knows Manny Pacquiao. Now we don't have to worry about any shoulder injuries, Manny Pacquiao on the juice or allegedly and all that other stuff. When it comes to the fight, getting in the ring with him, I think Floyd's going to be more than ready. And I don't think he has to be at the best of his game to beat this side of Manny Pacquiao. Now it sounds good because Pacquiao's all excited and he wants his revenge. And he's going to show you what he can do. He said the same thing the first time. Now, and say Floyd's going to run, however it comes down, I'm still going to put my money on Floyd in this scenario. And until somebody shows me different, Pacquiao, whomever, I'm rolling that way. 50 times before, 49 and a half, whatever, 48 plus one, whatever you want to say. I'm rolling with Floyd, especially against Manny Pacquiao. I don't think Pacquiao can beat him, and I think it's going to be a real fight, and that's what everybody wants. But to think that he will not be ready, and not going to prepare to get in Pacquiao's. hmm I think this is not. How can you believe that? They ain't gonna come prepared. Pacquiao, if he does win, he's going to have to come. He's going to have to come and provide a magnificent performance because Floyd will be ready.
Yeah, Floyd is 49 years old. Pacquiao is 47 years old. And when did Floyd retire from boxing? He retired. I'm trying to see when he retired or what year he retired in boxing. I may just put that up a little bit later. But he came out of retirement a few months ago, Floyd Mayweather. And so I think he came out of retirement because he's supposed to be fighting Tyson in Africa somewhere in the near future, and then he's going to be fighting Pacquiao after that. And so I don't know if Floyd was able to read the contract correctly. I don't know what he sold the Pacquiao team, but when the announcement came that he said it was going to be an exhibition, Pacquiao immediately came back and said, no, no, this is not an exhibition. This is not what you said that it was. And this is a real fight. I didn't, and Pacquiao came out, I think, last year of retirement. And he's been fighting, you know, top notch folks. He's trying to get a championship. And so when he said it was an exhibition, I'm like, why would Pacquiao even consider exhibition where he's fighting and he's out of retirement and also Floyd is out of retirement? Is it possible that Floyd didn't understand that when you came out of retirement, when you fought and signed contracts, that it is a real fight, is no exhibition at that particular point? You are fighting as a professional fighter.
I don't know. I don't know what he thought. I thought maybe I was thinking maybe he just said, well, it's not that big a deal. We make the same kind of money, so I can do it like this. As long as I show up and we fight, if I fight you as exhibition, because I don't think the money's gonna change. I don't think that has anything to do with the money. If they just put on this show, whatever it's gonna be, I think that's how it is. But Pacquiao and whomever, Netflix, if they want to fight, I think they're going to get a fight. I really do. And granted, I know you mentioned about whether or not he was confused or didn't know the law or whatever. When all that is moved out the way and you settle this as a real fight, I don't think it's gonna matter. Now what you're doing probably pissed him off because he wanted to just chill out and just kind of mess around. Now you got, as they said, we know when he's prepared and he bring it, nobody's better. Not doing modern day boxing, nobody's better. So he's not facing Bud Crawford, right? He's not facing a younger guy. He's facing the guy that's about the same age, and he's facing the guy that he wants to beat desperately. But Floyd is no pushover when it comes to getting prepared. He don't drink, he don't smoke. When he prepared, he come for real. All I'm saying to you is this, and if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to put my hand up. Pacquiao, you better be ready, bro. Cause this dude is when he gets prepared and gets ready to get in that gym, he is one of the best at what he's doing. And I know he's older, but so is Pacquiao. All I'm saying is I'm gonna be looking at, and I'm not saying this is just me. I'm gonna be looking at the way how what those odds are, and you better believe I believe so much in it. I'm gonna probably put a little something down. That's all I'm saying because there's too many. There's nobody better that I've seen in modern day boxing when he decides he wants to come out and be ready and he's preparing. He's the best at what happens, and I want to see if Pacquiao's up to the challenge. That's all I'm saying.
And I mentioned the age earlier. Floyd is 49 now. He's probably too old to do all that running he did in the first fight, huh?
Hey,
Because he did a lot of running in that first fight. 49-year-old legs ain't the same as 30-something-year-old legs.
one last comment before I defer you. One last comment before I defer to you for the last comment. All right. One last thing I want to say. One of your favorite sayings: "Be careful what you ask for."
We'll see. Tyson Fury won his last bout. Now he's looking at AJ for his next bout. I'm trying to figure out, man. The Tyson Fury, I think I watched the fight and I'm like, it's time for him to put it up, put the gloves up at this particular point because he seems real focused in the first few rounds, but then he loses his focus. And I think I text you, I'm like, Tyson's kind of letting this guy back into the fight because he's kind of losing focus. He's playing with the crowd, things of that sort. And then he tried to call out AJ at the end of the fight. And AJ is just kind of looking at him like, dude, we've been dancing this, kabuki dance for a number of years now. Why all of a sudden now you really want to get in the ring? But I think it should happen. It's maybe to me 10 years too late for this to happen. But what do you make of this, man?
I'll say this. When you mentioned earlier, a few minutes ago, about Tyson Fury and him not being the same guy, he let the younger guy get back into the fight, into the fight. But I think the younger opponent's inexperience is the reason why Tyson Fury was able to win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And we could say, oh man, he needs to hang it up. But the problem with that is in this heavyweight division, there's nobody else stepping up to showing that they can take over and be a legitimate contender for somebody like Usyk, right? I haven't seen anybody else. Just when you think Joseph Parker's ready, he wins that fight, beats Deontay Wilder, and oh man, he's ready. He comes up and he lays an egg. So Tyson Fury said, well, hell, y'all still gonna have our checks? Guess what? I'm gonna get here.
You still got some of that.
yeah. Shit, look. All I need is 4 rounds and get decent shape, and now he's looking like he's ready to go again because no one else is stepping up. I'm just saying, how you can't be mad at Tyson Fury? He like, well, hell, Super Bowl, Tom Brady. You don't want it? Hell, I take that check. I'm just saying. So with that being said, I'm not saying he's on the same level no matter what, but from that standpoint, when you look at that, you say, okay, well, if I'm Tyson Fury and he looked decent, he beat a younger guy that had no experience. But if I'm him, hell yeah, I'm looking at Anthony Joshua. Because let's be real, when's the last time Anthony Joshua looked good? Oh, my bad. When he fought oh boy, I mean, I was excited for him because he finally took care of the business. But are we gonna say, woo? So I'm saying, if I'm Tyson Fury, it's a fight that everybody wants to see with Anthony Joshua, right? So that's the fight that truthfully, right now, I think they're on the same level. So
Could be,
there's
could be.
nothing that tells me Anthony Joshua looks so dominant. He knocked old boy out. Everybody in America, in the world, and particularly me, was excited. And I would clap for him until he stopped boxing. He got rid of that madness that we were watching. So now, if I'm Tyson Fury, like, yeah, you were cool, but when's the last time you won a legitimate fight? You lost to Usyk twice. Who else have you beat, bro? You lost to Dubois. You got knocked out. Let's go down the stair step of what it is. The last three meaningful fights, Anthony Joshua lost. Stuff that mattered. So if I'm Tyson Fury, why not? People have been wanting to see it. To me, I think they're on the same level.
Yeah, and if you're talking about Tyson, I know they've been talking about Usyk and Tyson again. I don't want to see that again.
Me either.
I mean, it's just done. It's
But I will watch Anthony Joshua in Fury.
yes. That's the fight we've been wanting to see for a decade by now.
Hey,
For some
I
reason,
think
they haven't been able to do it.
I
So,
think yeah,
but
I'm gonna say
Usyk and Tyson, no, no,
no, I'm
no,
with you.
no.
I agree with you 100%. I don't want to see Usyk and Wilder. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. But let's put Usyk where he belongs, on the upper echelon, right? It's sad he has nobody on that level that can challenge him. For so many years, I was bad mouthing the little man because you was all up on him, but I wanted to be the antagonist to say, "You're going to see, you're going to see." And finally, I just said, "You know what? He's that damn good." So he beat Anthony Joshua twice. He beat Dubois, and he was looking, to do that again. And then he did what he had to do with Fury. So I give him his props. I didn't think he was. I thought he was too little, but he showed me differently. So he's here. But Anthony Joshua, I don't think he has room. He can say, I don't want to fight Fury. Why not? Again, the last three meaningful fights that he had, he lost. So I think this will be an amazing fight once they get out. Once he gets himself together mentally, I will agree. He went over. He has some very traumatic situations happening, like losing his guys and whatnot. So take as much time as you need. Get your mind right, and when you want to fight again, let's give us that fight. I mean, you when you lose friends and being banged up like that, it is a tragedy. Takes some people longer to overcome, and maybe he never will. But if you decide you want to box again, let's have Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I think it's amazing. Over across the pond, the money too. Oh man, yeah, I'm with that. So let's clear the slate. Let's put Usyk where he belongs and let the rest of it fall where it is with all of the between the ashes, where to the point where I'm just trying to figure out. You mentioned about that list Usyk has and why that was on the list. The why that was on the list is a dude from about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he had a fight recently. I mean, we talked about that the last time we put together the show, and he didn't look that impressive to me. It was, and I went back and watched the fight from the last time, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this guy, I know he's in there for the money. He's in there for the money at this particular
Sure.
point. He's not one of the. You notice that they put Fury up on the top, pound for pound, but Wilder is not on that list, even
Right.
after he won that fight. So I don't even know why Tyson is on that list after he won his latest fight. I don't see that. How he jumped in what number two?
Yeah.
And so maybe they're doing that to kind of get our lather up for another Usyk fight. That's not going to happen. Or whether or not they're getting the lather up for the Anthony Joshua fight. And so maybe they're trying to kind of plant seeds and get that going. There was some boxing yesterday you wanted to talk about. What are some of the action that you checked out?
Yeah, well, some of the action, of course, Alicia Baumgardner fought. She beat Bo Me Rasheen, and she did it in decent fashion, right? In decent fashion. So she won that fight. And the other fight is the factor that was Sadeja Green was knocked out or stopped by Lanny Daniels. And that was a surprise because Green had two titles. But let me start with Baumgardner. Baumgartner is proven to be a solid talent, and she's doing some great things, and she has proven that she's a quality talent. But I have to question because she wasn't does not want to have anything to do with Caroline Dubois, right? Who's young, and she called her a guppy, and Caroline Dubois has called her out several times. What I find ironic is Baumgartner wins this fight, this most recent fight. And this is a fighter that she defeated that Carolyn Dubois has already beaten. She's already beaten her. So has defeated her. So I know it may not be right away. She mentioned she wants to fight Katie Taylor next, which would be amazing, or Serrano, which would be fine, and maybe Dubois down the line. But to just dismiss her like that is like crazy. And maybe she wants to get these bigger money fights, especially if Katie Taylor decides to come out of retirement or whatever she's doing, along with Serrano. It'll be major, more money fighting them than it will be with Dubois. But I don't know. I think there's a lot left to be desired. And we'll see what happens next with Baumgartner. And then to flip it on the other side, as you mentioned about Sadeja Green, she had two belts and she lost to Lanny Daniels. People act like that was such a surprise, but let's go back. Laney Daniels also faced Clarissa Shields and was giving her a little business. She didn't get dominated. So it seems as if she's made changing in her training regimen. She has new people in her corner. And so when she came out against Shadeja Green, she was ready. And she shocked the world, as you said. Sent her on the hospital. They took her out on a stretcher. Green they did and everything too. So Lady Daniels is no patsy. She came in ready. And I think most people forget they forget with these women when they fight because they're so caught up in what Clarissa Shield was doing. But you got to give her some love because she went in there and handled that business and got those belts. Now I'm not sure if she's be fighting Clarissa again, Maybe that's what they try to build up, but make no mistake, she earned that right, and I hope whatever she needs to do or get her money, get it. But we'll go from there. But I just think it's ironic to bring all these things together. And sometimes in the world of boxing and the commentators, they do not piece it together for you and show you what's really going on behind the scenes.
All right. He's Icewater. I'm Puma. Right there.